Okay, next up, we have someone that doesn't need much of an introduction, but to me, he is like the unofficial ambassador of Cyberjaya. The guy who keeps promoting, if you look at all his posts, it's always about Cyberjaya this, Cyberjaya that, take the MRT to work and everything. Guys, please put your hands up for Richard Kerr.
Yes, man. Yes, thank you. Morning, morning. Semua dah breakfast? Ada. Alah, semua dah breakfast. Actually, I want to belanja. It's okay.
We can still get some coffee, extra coffee.
There's a coffee machine there, I think. Okay, just 1 second. This is tactical side. Okay, take a deep breath. Hopefully that you would be able to enjoy this presentation. I don't know. Okay, can I know siapa daripada outside of Cyberjaya? Outside. Okay, that's great. Please leave the room. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. All right. Anyway, thanks for making time to be part of this event by Techtamu. We always want people to be part of this community, and hopefully, through this sharing session today, you will be able to give some support to the community here. But also, of course, at the same time, we want to see how we can grow this community. And of course, I'm also trying to sort of like pitch to you that why Cyberjaya is a great place, right? So you can help? Okay. Okay, for those who do not know me, I regard myself as a storyteller in these 4 different topics. So I talk about entrepreneurship, marketing, technology, and mindset. So can I check anyone who has not seen my content before? Has not seen? It's okay, I won't ask you to leave the room. Okay, at least one person. Okay, that's good. So I've been sharing about inspiring stories of Malaysian companies, and also sharing about tips, how do you build companies, how to have the right mindset. So I believe these are the 4 content pillars that actually help me to build what I have been building over the last 5 to 10 years, basically. So a lot of the inspiring stories that as you have seen before, these actually showcase that Malaysians are capable. Malaysians are very talented people. We can really do it, lah, to be honest. We can really do amazing things. So do not undervalue yourself. I believe everyone here in this room, you have that capability. Next, please. Okay, so this is my progress. I don't have to talk too much, but I just want to have a quick gauge. Um, who's using Facebook? Facebook users. Okay, great. These are dinosaurs. It's okay. It's okay. Facebook is still a great platform. Mark Zuckerberg wouldn't let it die. Yeah. Actually, Mark Zuckerberg hasn't been sleeping for the last few weeks because he needs to make sure that it keeps growing lah. Okay. TikTok. Any TikTok users here? TikTok. Okay. The rest are liars. X or Twitter. Okay. Now we know who are the toxic people. Okay, you guys are the toxic people. But Twitter is still great for getting all the latest news. LinkedIn? Any LinkedIn? Great. These are the people who connect to others without any reason. Keep it up, you're doing it right. And of course, Instagram. Great. They only like handsome and pretty people. Okay, that's all right. So,
You forgot Xiaohongshu.
yeah, exactly. Who's using Rednote or Xiaohongshu? Just one person. Okay. 2. Okay, probably me, number 3. Okay, next. So this is Cyberjaya today, right? This is how it looks like. This is the favorite place for marathon runners. We Cyberjaya community people, we don't like them because they always block the roads. Okay, but that's okay. That's totally fine. So at least get people to come here. But this is how it looks like today. As you can see, well developed. There's still a lot of empty patches. So if you have money, please buy the land before it gets more expensive. A lot of development that took place over the last 5 to 10 years. So if you actually drive around Cyber today, you'll see a lot of new data centers that are being built, right, everywhere. Amazon is building their data center here. Microsoft already sort of like completed most of it, and many other data centers that are being built. So these are not just data centers, you know. This is going to contribute to the development of Cyberjaya over the next few years. Next. But of course, this is how it looked like in 1997. I think most of you inside here mungkin belum lahir lagi kot, right? 1997. So this was the view from, if I'm not mistaken, from Cyberview Resort. You guys know Cyberview Resort? Huh? Okay, that was actually ground zero of Cyberjaya, where everything started, right? So this was the view when they were still building Cyberjaya. So this is how it looks like. There was nothing before except oil palm trees, snakes, and ghosts. Okay. Even ghosts now even scared of cyber now. Okay, next. And probably because Cyberjaya was really the development of large-scale IT initiative uh, to be part of the apa dia? MSC. What is MSC? Okay, everybody knows MSC, right? But do you know the new initiative by MDEC called MD? No, right? That's my frustration lah. But it's okay. We leave it to another day. Can we play it? Ah, gonna connect this up. You have to connect this up. This is why we love technology. Come on, sing, sing, sing. Obviously, he's the biggest fan of this song. He knows every word, every line.
Negaraku patah-patah.
Right? So that shows that how Malaysia was really into IT, right? I think we set the foundation right, how we progress into a apa dia, agriculture-based economy into an information age. Next. But of course, we want to talk a bit about the founder. So everybody knows, or probably some of you do not know, who is the founder of Cyberjaya? Tun Dr. Mahathir, right? So when they announced the establishment of the MSC back in the mid 90s, 1995. During that time, pun Malaysia was developing very rapidly. I think the economy was growing about 8 to 10% every year. So Malaysia was rich. We had a lot of money. So it was also a good time for Malaysia to be building something big or huge. So this was the newspaper article during the groundbreaking ceremony by a previous prime minister. Next, please.
Through a mutually beneficial relationship.
offers the multimedia super corridor as a huge test bed for trying out not just the technology, but also the way of life in the age of instant and unlimited information. Clearly, the role the MSC can play is unlimited. Through almost every country has a project which will test the technologies of the information age and the multimedia. But I would like to claim that the MSC is the most comprehensive test bed device for the purpose of learning and testing the technologies and their application in the information age. I'm managing director of Bloomberg and shareholder and people participating measure. Our current president, Woman Soccer, who's visiting us, he gave a speech in Berlin just after he returned, telling a lot of things. You told him. So,
Okay, so that was the basically the video of cyber, right? Everything started. We need to understand the history and context before we want to jump into things. Because if we don't learn our history, then we don't know what's gonna happen next. The same thing like when we went to high school, secondary school, we always belajar apa? Subject sejarah, right? So we need to understand that. So basically that sets the context of many things. Next. So back in 1999, this is how it looks like. So there's already a bit of progress, as you can see. Do you guys know where's this place? Huh? Bukan MMU lah. Cyberview Resort, yes, correct. You can see this is actually goes to Cyberview Resort. Yang terus tu ke mana? Tasir, Tasir, right? So as you can see, it's still Tanah Merah. Nothing much there. So this on the side, there's a new development now lah. I mean, this used to be the Cyberview Lodge last time. So this was taken by an American lady actually. For some reason, she came. Maybe she got lost in cyber. Yes, from the bridge. Yes, from the bridge. I think she got lost, and then she's actually a photographer and art person. So she took this photo lah, and then she said, "Wow, this is a failed project. How can be a failed project that is just started, right?" So it was actually in 1999. Next. Then of course, it was the same year that it was also launched. Okay, I think this was the photo that was taken. But if you look at this logo, right? You guys know this logo? Yeah. Do you know that you have this logo on your body? Do you know that? Check your IC. Every Malaysian has this logo. And this is actually very important. So that's why I was disappointed when MDEC removed the logo. Right. Because this is actually a very iconic. It shows this part of Malaysians. And Malaysia likes to destroy iconic things. Right? So that's what I learned. Next. Even giant tech leaders, the giant tech leaders, they did talk about Cyberjaya. See Jack Ma here. He was inspired to create Alibaba because of the MSC. And that shows how we were visionary back then. We want to drive a lot of things. Next. And even Bill Gates, Bill Gates also came here actually. He came 3 times to Cyberjaya. So this was the last time he came back in year 2000. And it was actually here in MMU. Right, so he came here. So that shows a lot of things. Next. So what was the early inspiration that why did I want to be so obsessed and to promote Cyberjaya? So this actually started from when I was studying here dekat College Ikram. Last time it was known as College Ikram, but today it's KLIUC. Oh, KLIUC. Infrastructure University kan? Yes, that's right, that's correct. So when I was in the library, I remember back then. And back then, of course, they would try to promote Cyberjaya. So I saw this advertisement on Newsrates Times, Time 2. So if you can see this actually shows a visual that says, okay, that's small. Anyway, it shows the status lah. So basically what it's written here, click next. Right? So I actually wrote that. It says a leaky underground water pipe, an elevator stuck between floors, a kitchen back door left unlocked. All these detected and attended to miles away at Cyberjaya's enhanced city command center, the nucleus to blah, 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 blah. So even back then, we were already thinking about IoT, but nobody understood what it means, right? Because it was very early. And that shows that Cyberjaya was built ahead of its time, that most Malaysians do not understand. Yeah, so that's how great we were. But of course, like anything, there's always a progress. And there kind of the progress, there are progression. Nothing happens right away, immediately. So that's what we have today. I think because we started, then we have our community sitting here today. Next. So for your context, there are three main builders lah dekat Cyberjaya ni. Of course, one of them is Cyberview. So this is not Cyberview Resort. This is not Cyberview Resort. They're actually an MOF company. So they're responsible for the development of Cyberjaya. So at one point in time, they appoint Setia Haruman to become the master developer. That was many years ago. So Setia Haruman came in to build the infrastructure, roads, the ponds, then the street lights. But they work in collaboration dengan Majlis Pembandaran Sepang lah, right? So of course there are other supporting agencies like MDAC, MIDA, and other ministries. So these were the core builders of cyber. And next. And when they said they want to build Cyberjaya, it's not just about a technology hub, but it's also a place where people can live harmoniously with nature. So that's why in the early days, Masa Setia Haruman was promoting Cyberjaya. They showed a lot of these kind of advertisements lah. They said at Cyberjaya we've got schools of all shapes and sizes, basically to show that this is a great place to live and also work. Then came the quiet phase. So this was after Tun Dr. Mahathir left his job, and then there were a couple of prime ministers that took over. Of course, there was still some progress, but this was actually taken in 2004. 2004. Can you identify the places here on this photo? What can you recognize, or what can you recognize it still not exists? Not exist. And maybe of course there was the early days, yeah? Shaftesbury Square, nothing here actually. This was actually Shaftesbury Square. So I think this was the bridge too. The bridge. Ini Cyberview Resort. Yang remember yang tadi tu the image tu yang ada multimedia super corridor. That's actually that location. So this was the quiet phase lah. I think all because it was no longer in the attention, but the great thing is there's still a lot of work that is being done eventually. Bit by bit, there were developers coming in, started to build DeepPulse and everything. But this is how it looked like back in 2004. Next. But my journey with Cyberjaya didn't actually started right away. So after my graduation, I studied actually electronics engineering. I spent 10 years living and working in Beijing, in China. Okay, so that's where I had the opportunity to deep dive into IT, even the technology space, as you know. Anyone has been to China before? Anyone has been to China? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's great. If you have the chance, because you guys are tech people, you should go at least once. Tak payah visa lah. You can just book a ticket and just fly, go to Shenzhen, one of the big cities, and experience yourself how great technology is, how fast they are developing. I mean, Malaysia used to be ahead, right, at some point in time. Now they're like light years ahead, even light years ahead compared to the US. So I spent 10 years living there. Then after I came back, sorry, this is a bit about China. Okay. So yes, in China they have UFO. Okay. So this is actually a tech park in Beijing. Everything in Beijing or China is like 1,000 times bigger. So I had the opportunity to work with an IT company that was my previous boss. So this was the things that we did. Next. So after coming back, I actually started my career here actually in Cyberjaya. Right. So the first company that I worked for was actually Magic. Yeah. Anyone knows Magic? Okay. Too bad they killed the brand due to political reasons. It was actually seriously a biggest disappointment for me. Because I remember Magic was actually setting benchmarks for agencies, not just in Malaysia, but all over the world. I remember at one point in time, we went to Australia. We went to Melbourne and then we met the ecosystem builders there. And they said, hey, we really look up to Magic. We actually set up an agency and took Magic as a benchmark to build our own agency in Melbourne. That was how great it was. That was how great it was. Right. So of course, for many reasons, they became Magic to become another brand. Jadi pokok kok berhenti for some reason. Yeah. Yeah. So there was, yeah, exactly. But I think there's still a lot of magic inside of us. I see one magician here. Yeah. Hey, Razlan. He was ex-magician. Woo! Right. We still work around. We still help to build that ecosystem. Then I basically moved to Cyberview. So this was actually my opportunity to really understand about Cyberjaya. So I saw the original master plan of Cyberjaya, how the MSC was started, what was the things that were being built, and what was the for the future and everything. Then, of course, when I was there, one of the things that we had to be responsible of was building that ecosystem, getting more companies to invest and start their business in Cyberjaya. So at the same time, masa tu Aerodyne, you guys know Aerodyne? Okay, I think most of you would know Aerodyne. It's a Malaysian founded tech company providing drone services at that point in time. They were expanding. So I said, hey, maybe this is a good time to pitch to them. So what we did was we approached them. They said, hey, why don't you guys move to cyber? We have a better space, we have a better building. So after discussion and all of that, they agreed to move. So after they moved to Cyberjaya, then I moved to Aerodyne. So it was quite strategic move lah. So this was the three companies that I worked for. So of course, I came in during pandemic. It was very challenging because firstly I was the VP for partnership and ecosystem development, and eventually I took the CMO role, the Chief Marketing Officer. Then of course, at the same time, I was also building my own things. I was building my personal brand, sharing a lot of content. So my social media was also growing. So at one point in time, I said, hey, I'm just gonna start doing my own thing. So I started my social media agency back in 2022. So what we do now is we help our clients grow on social media through content creation. So these are just some of the work that we have done. Let me show you. I mean, probably you have seen this also.
Kenapa Maybank digaya sedikit ya? Tiba-tiba viral. Ramai turis bergambar sini sebab tempat ni trending di app Xiao Hongshu. Maybank ni jadi trending spot dan must visit di kota sekarang. Ramai orang post di XHS diorang punya OOTD di sini. But why? Orang Sabah pun join sekali. Mostly Gen Z yang datang sini dan ramai Sabahan ikut sudah juga ambil gambar di sini. Even si Prof Rem Dambul pun ada kami berjumpa tadi. Tapi sampai sekarang orang pun dah tahu kenapa Maybank digaya sedikit ya tiba-tiba viral. Maybe sebab warna kuning Maybank nampak cantik and bikin happy. What do you guys think?
We live in a crazy world. Crazy world. When viral for no reason. So we also work like companies like they. So basically, it's just helping them to grow on social media.
Dr. Steven,
So I have been building things in cyber, not just like what I've shown you. So in fact, I've built my startup before, which failed. I participated in a startup weekend at Magic before. So this was actually you spend 2 days in building your own startup. So this startup failed. So that's totally okay. It's a learning opportunity. I used to print calendars back in 2020, and of course COVID hit. I also used to run the kabut sale dekat Nepals, right? It was actually totally free for people to participate. Next. I also started this page, Cyberjaya community, right? Many years ago. For the reason I had this idea to start it, because when we had this lunch together with my team at Magic, they said, hey, there's nothing in cyber lah. So seriously, there's actually a lot of things. Yeah lah, I'm gonna prove you wrong. So I started this page and started to share about Cyberjaya lah, all the new shops that are baru started, any programs. So this becomes the platform for me to promote, right? So I posted a lot of content. So today it has about 93,000 followers lah, not that big, but of course quite sizable also. This also actually motivated others to start their own page or own groups. I think it contributed in some ways, but still proud of this work. But of course, since Cyberjaya become more and more famous, I actually stopped promoting. Too many people already, right? So we want to, yeah lah, we want to keep that balance lah. Keep that balance. Even if you look check some of the posts nowadays, dekat whatever groups lah, people say good things about cyber or people say bad things, and you will see the community will comment, hey, please don't come to cyber. Don't come, don't come, don't come. But of course, that's the funny part lah. Next. Okay, that's supposed to come first. So I've been creating content previously. Let's see this one too. Okay. Right, this one here, right? I always create funny content like cyberpunk at other places. Cyberpunk in Cyberjaya. Cyberpunk, right? I saw this photo. No, no, this actually I took this photo as I was walking lah. Said, hey, cyberpunk lah. So then, okay, then I created this page. This actually went quite viral in 2021, right? So it was shared more than 2,000 times. And of course, sometimes, you know lah, Cyberjaya has crazy drivers actually. Crazy, crazy drivers. So this is an example that I took. I took this video and posted on TikTok. It has 1 million views. I shoot this video after I saw the accident. So let's try to play that. Yeah. Sorry. The driver, I don't know what happened to the driver. But this, if you think about this accident happened in Cyberjaya but ended in Putrajaya. First in the world. Accident happened in two cities. Yeah. Thanks. I also trying to fix things in Cyberjaya. I got very annoyed with a lot of the illegal ads before. So I spent a lot of time with the community last time to remove all these illegal ads. And of course, also reporting all the broken lights in Gotham City. Okay, Cyberjaya. Okay. So I think they got annoyed. I think probably I have the most tickets coming from this person, complaining every street light and broken at one point in time. We also invite part of the Gotong Royong to clean up the city lah when MPSP is not doing the job. Next. Okay. So second. Then I said I want to do bigger things. I want to meet the founder himself. So to cut the story short, somebody said if you want to meet the founder soon, you have to write to him. So I wrote a long email with all the relevant photos, sent it to the PMO. So this was back in 2019 when Tun became the prime minister again, right? So I was very surprised that I got the reply from the prime minister's office. He said, yes, Tun is actually agreed to meet you. Yeah, so I was surprised. I was like, wow, really, seriously. Then of course, the date was 13 May 2019. So I got everything prepared, but I said I want to come in as somebody from the community, right? I'm not there to pitch about something. I just want to update him on the perspective of Cyberjaya lah, since how it started. So next. So this was me meeting Tun. Side by side, I was actually showing him what were the progress lah, from the community perspective. But the funny story about this one is, so I went to the PMO lah, actually with my wife. So we did all the registration and everything. So when we came in, I thought it's going to be like tight security inside his office, right? In fact, when we came in, there were only 3 of us. So myself, my wife, and Tun. Tun was sitting there doing his work. Said, "What's this about?" So I said, told him about cyber lah. So the meeting is supposed to be about 20 minutes, they said, but we actually talked for about 45 minutes. So even before I left, they said, "Hey, you don't want to take selfie, ke?" So we took selfie. So that was actually an experience, right? To be meeting the founder in person and really getting his ideas lah about his vision back then. Next. And of course, there's a lot of people don't see what's happening in cyber. Just like this example here. I thought this is a great initiative by Sean and his team, right? And everyone here to run this Techtamu, to get everybody here in the same place. And this is what a lot of people don't see. And this is the great things that why I believe in Cyberjaya. And in fact, Multimedia University is actually another example of an untold great story. Because a lot of the graduates that were churned out from the university, for example, Agmo Holdings. You guys know Agmo Holdings, right? Basically, who owns this space lah, Agmo Space. Great story. The guy, AK, he's been building his multi-million dollar company from scratch. Of course, you know Monster, right? Monster. Then, of course, Wow Animation. A lot of great stories. Hopefully, like I can find time to tell more about them in the future. Next. I also collaborate with Cyberview now that I run my own company that gives me more opportunities and flexibility to work with them. And we used to run this program called Elevate. Actually, last year we ran this, where we invite all these different speakers to present, not to talk about business, but to inspire others through storytelling. Dia macam TED Talk lah, dia macam TED Talk. So the other one that just happened last month was working together with Cyberview, Tesla, and we got all these amazing speakers to be on this platform. Next. So, 5 more minutes? Okay. Almost done actually. Cyberjaya is not just about building companies. It's about living here. Right? So that's why I'm an advocate of public transport. I always take the KLIA transit actually, if I have my meetings in KL. Because I feel that's the fastest way to get there. Do you know how long does it take daripada Putrajaya Central to KL Central? Sorry? 20 lagi? 35? 22? Dia macam bidding pula. Actually, 19 minutes. Almost lah. 19 minutes. On the dot. 99% of the time lah. So I just have to make sure that I have the KLIA Express app. I buy my tickets there. If you buy it online on your app, it's much cheaper. Then everything's there. You just use a QR code to masuk. And even during this journey, I always get inspiration, right? When I have inspiration, I write this kind of things. I write platitudes, advice, those kind of that I post on my social media platforms. They get a lot of shares. You can see 1,000 shares. Next. Yeah, the same thing. Always sharing about stories. I also gave some tips. So for this post, I got this inspiration and then I wrote 4,000 shares. So it resonates with people who want to build things, right? To build things. Next. Post next. Stop there. We always hear this. Cyberjaya jauh lah. Cyberjaya is far. That's why I called Cyberjauh. There's nothing in Cyberjaya, but I proved them wrong lah. Cyberjaya hanya sebuah kawasan perumahan. I hear this a lot lah, over and over again. But to me, I look at Cyberjaya more deeper than what people perceive it to be. Right? People say it's a failure, but to me, it's a city in progress. Everything in life is a progress. Right? We don't look at something to be successful, but we see things in progress. So that's why I see Cyberjaya as a place. I see it as a way of life. It is not a place. To me, it's about living here, connecting with the community, and understanding the people. And this is how Silicon Valley was able to develop. You cannot replicate Silicon Valley actually, because it is not a place. Silicon Valley is a mindset, right? You cannot replicate. So it's the same thing for Cyberjaya as well. It will be built by the like-minded people, the community who believe in the same thing and in the vision. Yeah, so that's why I feel this place is special. I feel there will be a lot more people who will believe in Cyberjaya, and hopefully it will be one of you in this room. And with that, thank you very much for your attention and have a great day.
Give it up for Richard ke? Okay. Soalan. Ada soalan untuk Richard? Anyone? Questions? Yes, okay.
This is not a question.
Okay,
but
statement.
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 But I want to give my point of view
Okay,
about
please.
Cyberjaya.
Please.
Okay. So basically, I have been working in and out of Cyberjaya since 2003.
Okay. Okay.
Of all the office building in Cyberjaya, mostly I have been working inside there.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Okay. So, and I also have been living in Cyberjaya since 2019 when I came back from Australia.
Okay.
So I believe in whatever goal that you are trying to achieve.
Yep.
Because when I worked in Cyberjaya last time,
Yep.
Since 2003, I also see what you have been seeing.
Yes.
It's actually a city in progress.
In progress. Yeah.
And I actually hope that the city can be growing in a much faster way
Yep.
compared to the year that you said the quiet
Quiet
time
phase,
there.
yes.
And the problem that I've seen right now is basically we don't have enough event things
Yes.
like this.
Agree.
So the event that we have here in Cyberjaya
Yep.
is something that is really good.
I see. Okay.
As a Cyberjaya people
Yes.
who's living in Cyberjaya, I'm welcoming this kind of event.
Nice.
Hopefully, I can become part of the event as well.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. I believe when we used to be running Magic, we used to have a lot of programs actually, almost on a daily basis. Dia macam-macam. So people don't mind actually coming here to drive all the way. So that's why lah. Hopefully that to everyone here, please feel free to propose your ideas to Techtamu punya team. Maybe you have something to run. You're gonna have run more community events here. Lagi?
Any more questions?
To the lady, yeah.
Okay.
Give to the lady, please. To the lady first. Ladies first.
Kita bagi Lady Chan dulu
Yes, yes.
Hi, Richard. I love Cyberjaya, but I live in Sijangkang. But I have a conceptual question.
Yes.
Why place matters?
Mm-hmm.
Because in the era of remote, you know,
Yep.
some people feel like, oh, well, you have these events online,
Yep.
something like that. So I also believe when we're talking about place, it also shows the importance of people. Because
Correct.
if people like you or people who are
Yep.
like making Cyberjaya great again are not there, so it will not happen. But my question is that why do you think place matters?
Yes.
Thank you.
So in the age of AI and everything, right? Online, digital, the human touch actually still matters. Human touch, seriously. Because people want to make sure that I'm not AI lah, right? So community events is still very relevant. So if we can continue to build a strong community in Cyberjaya, at least we can drive more believers to be part of this great ecosystem. And it is always, as I said, it's always a city in progress. There's actually a lot of amazing startups here. And lots of them people don't talk about. So that's why I want to take this opportunity. If I can feature them on my platforms, why not? Right? So again, please do join the offline event. It's good to meet people in person. It builds that trust more than just what you see online.
All right. If you have any more questions, you can address it directly to Richard after this when we have our break. Okay?
All right, thank you.
So
Thank you very
once again,
much.
thank you very much to Richard, the unofficial Dato' Banda or ambassador of Cyberjaya.
Unpaid mayor lah.
Unpaid
So,
mayor.
I quit.
Jangan. Belum jadi city lagi ni. Once again. Thank you once again to Richard.